Hello and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be about the new moon coming up in Aquarius. As we can see here, this is the chart of the moment today, but tomorrow the moon is going to be moving up into conjunction with the sun at 20 degrees Aquarius tomorrow. And I wanted to highlight one aspect in particular, and that's Uranus here. He's going to be squaring the sun and the moon. Now, Uranus rules Aquarius. So this is going to be, in general, tomorrow, there's going to be a very unstable feeling because of this energy coming through to the sun and the moon being together in union from Uranus. I also want to talk about Mercury and Pluto conjunction. It's separating now. Mercury is about 5 degrees away from Pluto, but we're still feeling that this depth from Pluto into how we're thinking and how we're communicating. I'm going to talk about my chart and where this is transiting in my chart and how that's affecting me and why I'm making this video. And I'll also talk about 6 months ago when I started making these videos and how it's similar to now. It's transiting my social, my house of fun and creativity in the social sign of Aquarius. And then I'm going to talk about how this transit will affect each moon sign. Okay, next slide. So Uranus is in Taurus at 19 degrees, and he is going to be into a almost a direct square with, right now he's in a direct square with the sun, but then tomorrow the sun moves into 20 degrees, and then the moon will be in union at 20 degrees. So that's almost a perfect square. So these planets are going to be in a full 90 degrees away from each other. It's going to be bringing, when it comes to I'm going to talk about the aspect of what it means to have Uranus squaring the moon and then squaring the sun, and then you can just, we're just going to, put these two together, and the combination of this description and the other description is what's going to make it kind of crazy. So there's going to be a lot of unstable, erratic emotions flowing through the air. Now, this is an air sign, right? So we have to keep that in mind. This is a very intelligent, knowledge-based sign. Aquarius brings us he's the water bearer, so he pours forth the knowledge onto us, into our mind. We're made of water, and so our minds are just we're more connected to a higher power during this time. There's like an antenna that's getting beamed down as the sun transits Aquarius. It might turn off the wrong people by the changeability in feelings. So there's going to be rapid mood swings. There's an electric charge that can lead to outbursts. It's enhanced, okay? So this applies just generally, but Uranus, we're in his sign. He rules this sign. So it's like it's just supercharged. You have to be really careful of making rash decisions, because you wanted to make sudden changes. It's gonna enliven the freedom and rebellion inside you to express oneself truly. You're going to be jumpy and impatient. There's going to be a lack of commitment because you're going to want extra stimulation. You're going to seek new encounters and thrills, and this could lead to, problems with loved ones because of you're wanting to seek the extra stimulating environments. Overdoing social media is a really common thing. It's going to make us feel good to want to get more stimulation. I found this happening to me the last couple of days where I just couldn't put down my phone, and you have to put your foot down and say, okay, no. Very jumpy and impatient. Impatient is the theme with this new moon. It's going to be very unsettling for a lot of people, making it hard to relax. The reflexes are strong, but not necessarily accurate, right? Because you're jumping. It's like you're jumping to conclusions. You're jumpy. Now, Uranus squaring the sun. If the moon applies to your emotions and your reflective nature, well, the sun applies to your ego and your core self, like who you are at the core. So you're going to want to know your Uranus rules Aquarius. It's the sign of I know. So you're going to want to know about the self in odd and interesting ways. I'm going to say this. I'll say this with 100% reliability and accuracy that, when the sun is in Aquarius, more people are going to be interested in astrology because Uranus, and that's reflected in my interest in wanting to make videos. I'm just living it out, but other people will too, because Uranus is the ruler of astrology, is the modern ruler. There's going to be unexpected shifts in self-identity, either in your work or relationships. There's more of a desire for freedom and more. You want more room to express yourself, like who you really are. You want to know yourself. And it's going to be done in a very sporadic, sudden way. These sudden bursts, this electricity. There's a higher chance of taking risks to express oneself during this time. And again, this is a supercharged new moon. Supercharged. Electricity, electric. And how it's done, how you're going to do this and take risks to express who you are, it depends on how well you already know yourself. So it's very uncertain, very unpredictable. But if you can get past that sense of unease and anxiousness that's lingering, of wanting to change, then good on you, because that's what's happening. You got to be cautious being around mechanical devices or anything like scientific, because it's going to cause, like I said, jumpiness. And so you got to be careful driving cars, or even just, like I said, overusing social media. The inner self, it wants more freedom and rebellion during this time. But the sudden outbursts of expression, it's going to show unexpected sides of you, which can lead to, ego conflicts. It's the ego with coworkers, partners, children. The thing to remember is the positive change can come through your appearance, your self-esteem, and just if you can break free and wanting to rebel against restrictive habits that you possess. And the last slide here, I want to talk about the Mercury. This is my chart now. So Mercury here is going to be, right now he's conjunct the moon. So it's this aspect as the moon moves towards the sun, but we're experiencing this where people are feeling good about communicating. And I think that's why I'm wanting to get this out, to be honest with you. But in general, Mercury conjunct Pluto, he's still conjunct Pluto by a 5-degree orb. It was more intense a few days ago, but this is bringing depth to the mind, mental power, investigating and wanting to learn about knowledge, about what is hidden. You know, Mercury being in Uranus, this is about, you know, he's the lower octave of Uranus. Both are rulers of astrology. Thus why Mercury being in Uranus, and then Uranus now squaring the sun and the moon, you can see why people are going to be getting more downloads and wanting to know more things. Lots of electric, erratic, intelligent downloads. Depth of knowledge. Now this is Pluto, the Pluto influence. Being very influential in how you communicate. Now the new moon for me is going to be transiting my 5th house of creativity, fun, romance, leisurely activities. But for me, I sense a big increase in my creativity. You know, and 6 months ago, when all these planets were up here, I started making videos. Now there's no accident there, because you know the moon or the sun is in Leo there. And see, I'm lucky. I wouldn't say lucky, but I have the opposite energy in all my houses. So when the sun's in Leo, he's in my house of Aquarius. He's in the social house. Well, the same thing's happening here. I have the sun in his own house, in the sign of Aquarius, the social house, or the social sign. So I'm going to know now every year that I'm probably going to be making more videos and being more active on social media because of this. And I can tell you, as we went into Virgo and Libra and Scorpio and Sagittarius, I was not as activated as I was making videos in that month. And it's happening now again. You see, I have my moon is also in Taurus at 13 degrees. So there's a 7-degree orb here, but there's still a squaring going on. And it's happening right now. I mean, the moon is, I forget at what degree, but he's in a square with my moon. So it's making me more ambitious. I would say the more ambition is the sun squaring. The sun squaring the moon makes people feel like they have something to prove. They want to prove themselves to the world. People born with that aspect, you can see it. But the Mercury Pluto is also squaring my natal Mars, and that's giving me ambition, goals, drive, taking action into the depths of what I know. You see, Mercury being an Aquarius, anyone with prominent Mercury-Uranus aspects, like I have Mercury trining Uranus to almost the perfect degree. So I already have these flashes. It's like a flashing of brilliance, where it's like you're getting all these ideas and downloads. If anyone has any kind of Mercury Uranus aspect, they're going to feel more electrically wired and charged and tapped in to getting more inflow of knowledge during this transit. They're just going to feel more charged, electrically charged. And then those with your Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo moons, it's going to be everything that I said. I'm a Taurus moon. It's still going to be challenging for me. You know, different so because I have, you know, more, I'm a mercurial person, so it's hitting me differently. But anyone that with those moons, you're going to have you're going to be conjunct, you're going to be square, you're going to be opposite. And so it's going to be challenging, and you're going to have more tests to overcome this kind of crazy erratic energy. As opposed to those who have Libra or Gemini moons, they're going to be more in harmony because they're in air signs. And then the Sagittarius and Aries moons, you're sextile, so it's going to be a little bit more easier for you to deal with this. And then the Pisces and Cancer moons, it's going to make you more sensitive, because air and water together, it can kind of create a tornado. So there can be extra sensitivity and anxiousness with Pisces, I would say. So I also want to hint on if you have a moon or other planets at 20 degrees, which the sun and the moon will be at on tomorrow, that you're likely to feel that the energy of that planet, if it's at 20 degrees, activated more. It's gonna activate that planet. So that's my presentation for the new moon in Aquarius happening on February 9th, 2024. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.